Welcome to the fourth video of section 3. In this video, we are going to take a look at the LED and we are actually going to create a small project with the LED. We are doing this to understand the breadboard and connections. This will be a minor project, a minute project of this course, and in this video we are going to play around with the LED. There are few important things that you should know. We will be learning about circuit diagrams, how to connect components in series connection, what is an anode and cathode. We are also going to implement the things that we learned in the previous lectures about resistors, and we are going to take a look at wire color coding with the final board. So let's move forward. Before going, I would suggest you to scan this QR code and visit the GitHub profile where I'll be uploading all the code and circuit diagrams and study material of the course. Let's move forward with the fritzing and let's take a look at physical connection of an LED. Let's do a practical demonstration. For this video, we are going to need a breadboard, 100 ohm resistors, and few LEDs. You can choose any color of LED that you like. We preferably use a red one and ESP8266 chipset. Now let's take a look at how you can do the same circuit diagram in fritzing app. Now fritzing software actually allows you to add components. So I'll be showing you the connection of the components in the application. You can perform the same activity in your application if you have the application downloaded, or you can do it directly physically on your breadboard. First, what I'll do is on the right hand side I will search breadboard. Now there are many breadboard versions available and we saw a few examples of the connections. You don't have to worry, the size and the dimension of the breadboard might vary, but overall the connection type is almost the same, and fritzing will actually point out the connection by giving a color code. The next thing is to drag and drop the ESP chipset. As you can see, this is the ESP chipset that we are working around with. It is called the Node MCU ESP8266. If you don't have it installed in your fritzing by default, you can just Google ESP8266 for fritzing application. Now the first connection that you need to make is the connection between the power and the ground. By default, ESP8266 or the Node MCU chipset supports 3 volt. So just connect the positive connection to the 3 volt and negative connection to ground. As you can see, the connection is done. Let's move forward and let's start adding simple components. On the right hand side, you can search for resistors and drag and drop them to the breadboard. You can also select the amount of resistance or the value of the resistor. For example, in my case, I've selected 100 ohms. In the physical circuit, please make sure you are selecting the 100 ohm resistor. It's time to add a LED to the board. Now you can drag and drop the LED wherever you like to add it. Just make sure the connection from the positive goes to the resistor and then it goes to the LED. The LED and the resistor should be in series connection. Thus the current should pass through the resistor to the LED. You can move around and play around with the LED. One thing to note over here, one leg of the LED or one connector of a LED will be shorter than the other one. This basically indicates an anode or cathode, that is positive terminal and a negative terminal. In most cases, if you plug a negative terminal to the wrong side of the power, you will end up burning the LED. That's why we are using a resistor to stop excessive current flowing to the LED and thus preventing it from short circuit. You can change the color of the wires by clicking on them and right clicking and changing the color. Right now I am making sure that the positive or the 3-volt connection is in red and the ground, that is the black wire, is providing the negative current. The current usually flows from positive terminal to negative terminal, so it will go from positive 3 volts to the breadboard, then to the resistor, then to the anode and cathode of the LED, going back to the negative terminal. If you click on the tabs on the upper side of the Fritzing app, you can see the diagram as well and a PCB diagram as well. Let's take a look at the connection that we did physically. So what I have done is I have basically connected the 3 volt as the positive and ground as the negative. The connection is pretty simple. Just connect the resistor and the LED in series. Make sure that the current first flows to the resistor and then to the LED, thus preventing any short circuit. If you have done everything correctly, you will notice that the LED starts lighting. In case if there is a problem and the LED does not turn on, I would recommend you to flip the LED because you might have connected anode and cathode wrong. Thank you for watching this video. If you want a free certification, search Priyangada on Google and enroll now. Shesha.